You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
All right, yo, man, 15 Minutes of Fame, Beasley. We out in Queens, man.
Yes, we are.
We out in Queens. What is this event called?
Okay, this is crazy, right? Because this wasn't actually an event. It was more like a one-off, and it was between Tay-Rock and Snake Eyes. They have a long, outstanding rivalry. Tay-Rock's on a mission right now. He's going crazy. So he was like, yo, let me get this battle before the end of the year. You know what I mean? Snake Eyes, being the warrior that he is, he stepped up and accepted as well. So we put the match together. So we're like, okay, well, we're here. We might as well do some other stuff while we're here, right? Because it doesn't make sense not to shoot, you know, just for one battle. So we had to get some light works done. So we got some light works jumping off today too, you know what I mean? Which is New Jersey Twerking O Red. We have Chiller Jones and Chess, and we have, I'm bugging, so much going on.
Danger Zone and Suge.
No, Danger Zone, Suge, but no, there's one more light work. Chiller Jones, Chess.
Oh, I didn't know which was light
DNA
works.
and Calico.
DNA and Cal.
Crazy. DNA and Cal.
Which was supposed to go down
weeks ago.
Yes.
But it's gonna happen now.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we said, okay, we'll do that. Then DNA was like, yo, look, I'm gonna put up some money to get money and drink water. That's his brand, his clothing line, his merch. You know, does the show.
Management.
So he said, yo, I'm gonna put some of my guys up and I'm gonna put up, you know, some funding for these battles to happen. Before we knew it, we had a card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're always working and we always meet the challenges. So that's how this card came about, and that's basically what's going on.
And it's
that's why
fire.
we're in Corona, Queens, where DNA is from.
Hey, right there.
This area.
And we outside.
Yes, sir.
And about to start soon.
Now, the outside imprint is basically something that is for like, you know, it's not about profiles more so. It's just about like
who's outside?
Yeah, who's outside,
trying to
who's
battle
doing well at the time, and you know, matching guys together so their profiles may not actually be equal, but maybe we feel that they can hang in skill set. So not necessarily rookies and vets, because most of the talent isn't brand new talent, but it's just guys who have been doing their thing, and now, you know, they want to get busy with some of the other guys, so they probably have to wait a longer time to see. But we're just trying to break those barriers down by having this type of an event. And this is actually the first one. There's another one January the 28th in Maryland that we're gonna have as well, with a lot of big names on it and some other talented MCs. So look out for information and details on those matchups, and they're gonna drop soon.
Nice. Yeah, it's always good when the guys that are actually doing good get a chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they quiet
Right.
until they do a battle like tonight.
Right.
You know, like you said, Danger Zone versus Suge.
Right.
Danger Zone been cooking for a long time.
Yes,
So
he has, and he's back. He had a great battle with Saga a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Catch that on the URL TV app for all.
That was
big
banned,
battles
right?
in the culture live.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was banned.
Yes, it was.
Now I have to ask you, man, because you know I'm outside, and you know, of course, you know, people are starting to talk. Sean went on Norbs. Well, you know what? I don't know if Sean was on Norbs' show.
Right.
I think Norbs caught the audio. Right. I think he was on a live somewhere else, but Norbs had it on his show. That's where I wound up seeing it at. And
I mean, to be honest, like I just am hearing about this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you know, we're here at the event. I'm like calling MCs, trying to make sure dudes pull up, and I'm trying to work. I actually haven't had a chance to see what he said. You know, of course, people have come to me and said, he said this about you, he said that about you. And
he said he wants out of his contract. That's what it sounds
stuff,
like.
Right? Huh?
He's saying he want out of his contract because he's telling people to say, he's saying
I'm
free
hearing,
Sean.
like, I've been hearing bits and pieces and things like that. It's unfortunate when these types of things happen because, you know, like I hate like discussing this kind of stuff. Like, you know, typically when people have a feud or they say things about us, you know what I'm saying, I don't say anything. I exercise silence. You know what I mean? I'm not really into the chatty patty online stuff. Like, that's not really my forte. I try to stay away from it. And it's I haven't seen it yet. You know, people are telling me things, but I mean, listen, man. I feel like we have a great record. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody running around saying that they didn't get paid. Nobody's ever saying I was supposed to be making this much on this date and it didn't happen. You know what I mean? We're responsible in terms of giving people what they deserve. For whatever reason, I don't know what his explanation is. If Kayshawn wants to go, he can go. You know what I'm saying? As long as he fulfills his obligation with us or returns the money that he's been advanced, as long as all business is taken care of, he can go. We're not trying to hold him back. I don't know. This is just some of the things that I've heard him say. I think we were a very important part of his career in helping him develop. You know what I mean? But I haven't heard all the things that he said. People are saying, "Oh, we said this about you," but I think it would be irresponsible for me to react or say things back towards him, or he said this and I said that, without me actually seeing things for myself.
Gotcha.
Because I do business. I like to do my business like person to person. You know what I mean? I'm not one to go online and then repeat what somebody said and then respond to that thing and keep it going. Like, everybody has my phone number, and I'm very accessible and very available. You know what I mean? I'm very approachable. People can come up to me, and these guys know that. You know what I mean? So they say things, they get upset, and sometimes people don't understand that they have responsibility when you sign a contract. When you do something and you accept something and you accept the terms, everything's been going well for years. You've never heard this. Now, for some reason, and I don't know why exactly, I have an idea why he, could be saying
he
these
mentioned
things.
daylight, right? So he
but
said that should have ended, that battle should have ended his contract.
Yeah,
with
right.
y'all.
But then it goes into what exactly his contract states and how it works and what he actually signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have things in our contracts that protect us as well as the artists. You know what I mean? And there's so many other things that I could say, but I don't really want to expound on it too much without actually seeing what he said, so that whatever I'm responding to is actually specific information. But he has my phone number. He can call me. I'm very civil, very calm, always respectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm at events, I'm outside, it's live. People can come up to me, they can talk to me. You can have any type of conversation that he wants to have. You know what I mean? These guys, they know who I am, and they know that I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? They know I'm solid, and they know who I am and what I stand on. And it's just unfortunate that he took that route. I'm surprised that he would do that. But this is 2022, so people express themselves differently. He chose the social media route, and that's hats off to him. But listen, I do business with people on the phone. I talk with lawyers. I talk directly man to man, and I talk with respect. So until I actually see what he said and know what it is verbatim, that's the only way that I could intelligently respond to what's going on. It's a little disappointing, to be honest with you, because we've been working together for a long time. But I mean, listen, I don't take that stuff personal. I deal in business, not emotion. You know what I mean? So whatever I'm dealing with is business. It's always business. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there's a personal side and a brotherhood side. And a lot of these people know this. You know what I'm saying? Based on my actions and things that I've done to demonstrate that there is a brotherhood amongst us where we work. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to mention the things that I do for people. You know what I mean? But when it comes to business, I deal directly man to man. You know what I mean? So at any time, if anyone ever has an issue, I'm always available and I'm always accessible. You can reach me by phone. You can set up an appointment to sit down and look each other man to man in the eye, and I could put whatever it is on the table and show you what it is. I don't hide from anything. There's never been an instance where somebody said, I want to leave. We don't hold people. The only time we hold anybody is when they have an obligation or there's money that has been paid and must be returned. Because we always must do the right thing when it comes to our business. And everything else, or the emotion, or the screaming, the ranting and raving, those things could be saved, for other times or for other things. But this is a business matter that obviously turned emotional for him. You know what I'm saying? I know that we've done great business with him, but it's not the world's it's not the world's business to know what our business is and what we've done for each other. You know what I mean? And I'll just kind of leave it at that. So I am disappointed in them, but I understand sometimes people can't control their emotions and they just lose their tempers and they go online in a tirade and they just lose control of themselves. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on being in control of myself most of the time. I get upset too, I'm human. But in this matter, you know, it's unfortunate.
Could I ask a question? Hopefully it's not too personal, but is it a number of battles he owes in the contract, or is it a time frame?
Battles.
Okay, it's battles. Okay.
You know what I mean? Anybody that battles with us knows, like, if your opponent cancels, that doesn't mean that the battle's over. If your opponent gets sick, you make a battle up. You know what I mean? And it's that simple. It's not rocket science. It's not something that's new. It's not a foreign concept. Everybody deals with this issue. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's unpredictable. Battle rap is unpredictable. You know, you have a battle that everybody wants to see. All of a sudden, somebody says, "Oh, my brother. Oh, I lost my car keys. Oh, I missed my flight." These things happen, and battles still have to happen, and they have to make up. And the contracts are constructed that way, so that we're protected in case somebody else doesn't show up. The artist gets their deposit prior to them signing on, and then the fans get to actually see the battles happen that they want to, because there's a contractual agreement. Mm-hmm. If that happened, every time someone didn't show up for a battle or disappeared, then the fans could risk the opportunity of not seeing the battle, because now all of a sudden the battle's off just because one guy didn't show up. You know, we've learned that lesson from many years of doing business in this field, and it is a practice that we will continue to have to force people to make up their battles. That's why we always say we complete the objective, and we have a stellar record for doing so. So if there's two guys and one guy decides because somebody's sick that he's not going to come back and make that battle up, then, like, no, that's just not how it works. That's not what you sign. So we have to live to what we sign and live up to our obligations.
So I'm here, man. We're gonna see how this unfolds. And I know I've done an interview with you before, and we've talked about, like, sometimes when a battle rapper jumps the gun and they go on social media and then they air out their grievances on social media.
Times has this happened?
Yeah,
it's happened a number of times, and then you see the same MC back on stage battling. And, you know, I don't want people to get this perception that, you know, the artist screams and yells and then URL runs and pays the artist extra money or makes the situation right. We don't do that. We only do what we're obligated to do, or what is the right thing to do. You know, if we owe money, we pay it. There's nobody running around saying that we owe them money. Not one person can say that we owe them money. But ask other companies that have come into the culture that have not paid people. You know what I mean? Even when stuff happens with the stream, we've done free streams for people. Loaded up, did brand new cars. There's no benefit that we get in taking from anyone. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know what he said. I haven't seen it yet. I'm at an event. I will sit down and dissect what he's saying, you know, and then I can give you a more complete answer. You know what I mean? But as of now, I don't know. It is disappointing. I'm hearing about it. Everybody's walking up to me. "Yo, did you see this? Did you see that?" You know, but we're here, we're working, and it look like they're about to get busy. We're here and we're working, and you know, I just don't have the time to sit down and go through it right now. But you know,
hopefully I can link up with you afterwards and see what we're looking at.
It's disheartening, it's sad, and you know, I wouldn't even say it's sad. It's just changes, right? Because everybody changes. Everybody feels a different way. Mm-hmm. You know, if he wants to go out into battle rap and examine his options, he has that right. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as he completes his obligation with us or returns the monies that are owed, we are not trying to hold anyone. So, I mean, hopefully that gives him some clarity on issues that he's online ranting and raving about. And, you know, he can give me a call. I'll definitely answer his phone call. If he wants to come and talk with me in person, I'm always available. And if you watch it shine, I'm available. just give me a call, brother. You got my phone number. You know where I'm at. You can call me. We can meet up in person. We can talk at any time. You know what I mean? My door is always open, and it's always love and it's always respect. But we do know that we have to fulfill our obligations, and that's what this is all about. Because we've always fulfilled our obligation with him, and now he just has to honor what is in place and what's been set and what we've all agreed to as men. And that's it. It's that simple.
I'll talk to you soon about this, man. We'll get a little more clearance on it.
Because I really don't like this shit. You know, I don't
Let's
really
see how this unfolds.
online. You know, everything is just, so usually I just let it fester. You know what I'm saying? But you ask me, people are asking me, it's becoming a thing. And I just want people to understand that, know that just because we don't answer, it doesn't mean that the other person is right or that we're hiding. We just choose not to answer. And most likely I won't give any specifics about his business. I won't divulge it. If he chooses to be a kamikaze online and do that, then that's his option and that's his choice. I deal with business, and that's why we all have attorneys and, you know, people that we can lean on for legal advice and speak to. You know what I'm saying? But I deal in business, man. I deal in good business. I'm here all the time. I'm here at all these events for years. You've seen me. I'm outside. I'm walking around. People come through 15, 20 deep. You've never heard of anybody ever approaching me for anything regarding business, ever in life. No one has ever walked up to Eric Beasley and done anything to him. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to. It's not because I'm tough. It's just because of the way that I move. You know what I'm saying? These guys know who I am, and they look in my eyes, and they know my truth, and they know what the truth is. So I'm always available for any conversation, anytime.
Appreciate your time, brother.
For sure.
E. Beasley.
Thank you, sir.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.